Hurry up.
Happy Friday, everyone. Get ready for the weekend.
Summer, summer.
Happy Friday, everyone.
Summer, summer.
Get ready for the weekend.
Hello, folks. It is I, Bugsy, or as some people call me in some dimensions, Yoshimitsu. Why did I just do a Yoshimitsu Soul Calibur reference? Because Yoshimitsu next to Voldo is my favorite character. Because he's just so weird, you know, I like weird characters. Anyways. Oh, guys, with Sonic Mania doing so well, I'm a little worried. I mean, dude, guys, I'm itching all over. That's how worried I am. You guys don't know, but whenever a Chaos Lord like really worries about something, they itch, especially on their wings, especially when they're in. Okay, let me give you a little bit of Chaos Lord biology. A Chaos Lord's wings can retract into himself because we actually have some sort of, it's kind of a pouch thing, kind of a fleshy pouch we have in our backs that kind of encases our wings. Depending on how big our wings are and how they fold in, determine how big the pouch is. So yeah, you can just imagine how I feel right now. A little bit of Chaos Lord biology, but let's get into the actual video now, please. Do not talk about my bodily extremities that need to be scratched. But anyways, I gotta not think about it. Guys, so Sonic Mania is doing so well. I just think that if it does so well and Forces doesn't, if Forces doesn't even meet the expectations that's set, we may not see modern Sonic again. So that means everybody who whines and bitches about, we don't want a complex story, we don't want all these characters, and the people like us that want these characters, that have played as Sonic so many times and want just new characters to be in these games, that's gonna disappear because people love like 2D Sonic. And I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna like leave off of the fandom completely. And I'm not saying I'll stop playing the games, but I just hope Sonic Forces does well, despite what that fucking troll says. I hope it does well, or at least well enough to justify its existence. That's all I'm saying. I'm worried. So worried my freaking wings were itching. Shit. Guys, be glad that you're not a Chaos Lord like me. It freaking itches. And it also gets brought on by stress. Knowing what I've been dealing with in the lab lately, yeah, I've been getting kind of a lot of little mini stress episodes in my lab. It's no big deal. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to kill over or anything, guys, so don't worry. I'm just worried. I'm worried about Sonic. Because Sonic should move forward instead of moving back. Like, Mania should be like, okay, we have 2D Sonic. Let 2D Sonic move forward in its gameplay. And I think Forces should move forward in its, modern Sonic should move forward in its gameplay. That's the thing. We should try to, that's the thing. That's why I don't like, that's why I didn't like Sonic 4 when I really started to look at it. Because we should want Sonic to move forward and not back. And now we have two versions of Sonic that could potentially move forward, pleasing both audiences. And yes, it's possible for both audiences to be pleased. Hell, for some of us that like Forces and like making our own characters and like very complex stories that some people don't say, oh, it's too convoluted. Read a DC comic, boys. Read a DC goddamn comic. Read a Marvel comic, actually. Read any comic. And let me tell you, even if it's convoluted, I know a few YouTube comic comic readers that can tell you and sum up the story easy. Like, there are people that can probably sum up the story of freaking Sonic games for you, which I'm gonna be doing pretty soon. I'm just saying, guys, I want Forces to do well, and I'm just really worried about it, and I'm trying not to be.
Honey, I really hope it does well too. I mean, this is the first time we're getting a serious sport. That's something we haven't seen in ages.
Yeah, but it's like
everything.
Yeah, but I know, but it's like the real classic nostalgia blind fans just outnumber us.
Well, if it does well, it does well. It really depends on what happens afterwards, I guess. But I'm in it for how it turns out. Like, excuse me, I am so sorry, but I'm wanting to know how this rolls out. They're trying something new. It is an experimental phase. If it doesn't work out, they don't try it again then.
Mm-hmm. And before anybody says, but Bugsy, Sonic has been experimental a long time, but they're really trying to push the envelope, push it forward. Again, that's what you guys should want.
They're trying to see what pleases everyone.
That's what you guys should want. You should want Sonic to move forward. You should want both versions of Sonic to move forward and just go with that. But nah, I bet after this y'all gonna be because I know it's not gonna. I know it's not gonna sell all that much because some of you, like, the kids are gonna buy it because they love Sonic. But I feel like a lot of other people are not gonna like it because OCs, they're poison, they're cancer, they're all the things in the book. They're made by DeviantArt users that like to fuck the Sonic characters. And trust me, I know a lot of people that are gonna say that, and I'm just gonna sit there and be like, see, this is why we can't have nice things. Y'all motherfuckers always want to think that we trying to fuck animals around here. Well, we're all just trying to stick our dicks in animals. We ain't Whitney, Wisconsin. We ain't gonna freaking go up to Tails and say, "Hey there, Tails. Hey there, Tails. Wanna go grab some of my popsicles from the attic?" You know?
You keep forgetting I'm in the room.
Anyways, let me just say something, guys. We ain't out here trying to fuck animals. We ain't out here trying to fuck Sonic characters. There's probably a few people. There's probably a handful of people who want to, but don't lump us in with them. Jesus. Like, seriously, if you have a sexual attraction to a Sonic character, that's on you. Just don't take it any further than it needs to be. You know what I mean? I've seen a dude
Don't be Christian, people. Don't be Christian.
Yeah.
Or Cam.
Or
Yoshi Wee 11.
Or Paul and Amy.
Yeah, but be the good kind, okay? Be the good kind. Even though no good kinds pop up in my head.
And for some of you that need me to say this twice, we ain't around here fucking animals. And the story that's kind of shown in Sonic Forces elements are being taken from other Sonic properties, like the two I've discussed, which are the Archie and SatAM books. Archie and SatAM. Again, if you guys don't know what that is, look it up. Watch it. Watch SatAM and then read some of the later Sonic books before the freaking Genesis wave happened. You'll get you'll get what I'm putting down. Ugh. You know, I'm looking at Skyward Wings video right now. That's what you're seeing on the screen right here. And, you know, he's worried too. We're all worried, dude. I mean, we ain't gonna say that Sonic maybe it doesn't look like a remarkable game. I haven't played it yet, but everybody's like, yeah, it's good. I'm not saying that it isn't, but I'm just hoping. I'm just hoping that after Forces, we move forward with modern Sonic. Because there
No
are.
one's gonna move forward, honey. That's just how the fan base is. All Sega would care about is the numbers, and they should. If a good number actually approves of the game, then they move forward with this concept, which is why this concept actually got moved forward, because enough people like just my brain's kind of loopy. Sonic Generations, there it is. Bing, 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 Sonic Generations. That's why this one got moved forward, duh.
Oh yeah, and guys, for those of you that wanted to know, Crocodile and Deer won the Toontown species election. So, if you guys want to be a croc or a deer, go right ahead. But yeah, but I'm just saying, Sonic fans, it is time. It's time for all of us to want to move forward with Sonic. You guys always want one. You guys always want like. Sonic shouldn't have the boost. Sonic should have the boost. We should have Hub World. We shouldn't have Hub World. Sonic shouldn't have a complex story. He should, because freaking colors in Lost World just made it look like a cheesy cartoon. You all don't know what you fucking want. And I do mean that.
That's why Sonic Forces went with what they had. With the numbers.
You know? And
bing,
and I feel
bing,
like I feel like fans like us, it's gonna appeal to fans like us that like the story, that actually like Sonic's friends actually doing something in the story. And seriously, every time I think about Nintendo Life and he says like, "Oh, Sonic's friends, shut the fuck up, you crumpet!" Before I, okay, let me just chill. I almost slipped into my nightmare mode. No, actually, I almost slipped into go sick mode. Let's not even go there. But anyways. But, you know, it's just like, people do want Sonic's friends. They want at least, they don't want like some don't want multiple playstyles, but they do want them to do more in the story. Because what are they doing, what are freaking, I mean, the DS version of Colors, like a lot of characters were doing in stories. I mean, some characters went on dates, like Knuckles and Rouge, and probably Blaze and Silver, but I gotta look at that again. Oh yeah, expect some Shipping Busters episodes on those. Because maybe that is a hint, that Knuckles and Rouge are actually dating. Just saying. But
isn't that like already canon?
No, like it kind of is somewhat, but you know, we're kind of getting it's kinda and it kinda isn't. Rouge flip flops. So it's been hard for me.
It's to appeal to everyone who wants to ship Rouge with Shadow.
Even though, really, I do see Shadow kind of being having a brother-sister kind of relationship. And oh yeah!
Well, if he stopped staring at her boobs for 2 minutes in Sonic 06, yeah, I can see that.
He doesn't do that, hun.
Yes, he does.
I think you imagined that. That didn't happen.
No, he totally did. There's actually a screenshot of it.
Honey, I think that was edited. But
Nope.
I'll look at it later.
Nope, her eyes were up there, Shadow. Her eyes were up there in the apocalypse.
Well, either way it goes. Personally, I think Shadow's too frank to want to actually love anybody. And him wanting to fuck somebody is a different story because I just don't see it for him. Like, maybe somewhere down the line, if Shadow opened up to somebody and he just kind of, and that just kind of went that way, maybe.
Try putting down your resume whenever
you guys want to hear you guys want to hear my headcanon for Rouge? Because it is the headcanon I'm using for Sonic Freedom Fighters. Rouge to me, she was like when she started out her life as a kid, she was always kind of the character. She was always kind of the kid that basically stole everything she got and basically framed her friends for it. No one really trusted her. And then when she started to hit puberty, she understood that she can control dudes with, the flotation devices she has on her chest. So she used that to her advantage. Why I think Rouge is more flirty than, flirty rather than, fucky, is the fact that I think she's like, okay, bear with me, guys. She's like Kudamu at the beginning of Rosary plus Vampire. She's all like talking. She knows she's sexy, but she don't got the experience. Also, there's like another part of the headcanon where I thought, I could put like, a certain R word into her story, but I was like, nah, that's just too stupid and too played out and too predictable.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's why you never see her like actually like you'll see her flirt with people, and you'll definitely see her flirt with both Sonic and Bugsy for a time. During the second or third time Sally and Sonic break up, because yes, I'm keeping that in there. It kind of yields more stuff for story and also jokes. I actually even have this part. I actually have this part of where they meet Rouge, and basically Sonic and Bugsy are basically just kind of, they're kind of drooling over themselves to try and get with Rouge. Well, not as much as other shows, but yeah, you see it. It's there. It's in there. You guys know that Sonic Freedom Fighters was actually going to be a comedy show at some point? Because, at first I was like, I don't know. I want to make a Sonic show, but, I could make a good comedy show. Because back then it didn't have, back then Sonic Boom wasn't a thing yet. So I was like, But then I thought, since Matt Sullivan didn't really pitch the idea for Sonic Freedom Fighters, and it was basically, he gave me his blessing to just go with it, even though he really didn't do anything with it. He's like, go right ahead, dude. So, yeah. So, okay, a few things that kind of, about Sonic Freedom Fighters, because I just didn't want to talk about my own worries about Sonic Mania, because, I didn't want to just start caroling it. I didn't want to just start tripping the fuck out about Sonic Mania and just giving you that. I was thinking, the first episode of Sonic Freedom Fighters, since, I will probably be doing a freaking audiobook version, I'm gonna just tell you, what is gonna happen. The basic synopsis of it. Sonic and Bugsy are basically training. Bugsy the Hedgehog is basically known for always pushing Sonic to his limit. Ergo, when someone says limit to Sonic, and someone says limit to Sonic, he'll just try to be like, limit. It's a very rare occurrence, but when it happens, and Sonic just pushes himself even harder. Ergo, it's gonna be a lot more poignant when when we do the Eggman Victorious arc, and he says limit, and Sonic just goes completely ham on Eggman. But basically, he's training him, pushing him to the limit, and then the Freedom Fighters, Sally and Bunny, ask Bugsy and Sonic, Bugsy the Hedgehog and Sonic, to basically go and see if they can scrounge some parts for Roboticizer. Sonic goes, yeah, we'll do it right away. And Bugsy's like, Sonic, we need to have like Sally and Bugsy go, we need to have an actual plan, Sonic. We can't just run in and do what we do. And then Sonic goes like, Bug. So Bugsy, you're sounding like Sally. And Bugsy and Sally kind of blush for a minute, like, we do. But basically, the episode pretty much plays out like, you know, Sonic and Bugsy try to get another part, but then they overhear Eggman's plan for the Doomsday Project. Yeah, they'll hear about the Doomsday Project in the first part of the season. Because the Doomsday Project I want to get out of the way in season 1. So then I can focus on other things. And probably other things that the comics and Saturday M never really tried to focus on. Like who created the Chaos Emeralds, what is Rouge's character, a few other things. And yes, in Sonic Freedom Fighters, everybody gets fucking parents. I don't fucking give two shits. It may all hint that Amy's parents actually died. I was never really clear in the comic books what happened to her parents. I think they died. But how they died is going to be really interesting. But I can't tell you how yet. But let's just say it's going to have story importance. Tails, he's going to have a lot more to do. Even being a little kid, he's going to still be a little bit of a tinkerer that kind of screws up. And then in later seasons, he'll sort of be kind of a double threat with Rotor. Because I never felt cool with writing Rotor out of the story. I never thought it was awesome when they kind of gave the techie role to Tails and kind of just left Rotor to basically either be the mechanic. And the fact, since his back was totaled during the Robotnik Victorious arc, I think that's how that happened. I think that was before that. He actually has more to do. And maybe I'm going to keep that Iron Warrior suit because that was a good concept and I kind of want to use it. I want to use it real bad. I feel like it never got used to its perfect potential. And let me just say this right now. No, I'm going to do a trader arc, but it's not going to last too fucking long. One thing I kind of hate about both of the Sonic comics, the Fleetway comic, which is Sonic Online now, and parts of the Archie comic, the trader arc. Sonic being a trader, Sonic in the Sonic the Comic Online, basically being a trader since I was 16, and I'm somewhere, let's just say a little older than that now. Let's just say I'm a young adult, and let's keep it at that. So basically, I just feel like the trader arcs were always kind of the worst parts of Sonic because you'd kind of have to slow it down. You had to slow arcs down and be like, who's the traitor? Who's the traitor? But I'll still give you a good twist of what's going on. I can't use any of the anti-characters because Ken Penders owns that and I can't use them. But
Pender is a drama queen.
But that doesn't mean I don't have ways around that. Other characters that I can possibly use for that have been in the fandom. Some characters that were textured that have wonky textures in other Sonic games that have fan names that I could basically use. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. And yeah, it's an alternate Mobius, but not an evil Mobius. But let's just say it's gonna be a more fucked up Mobius than the Mobius ruled by Robotnik. I'll just keep it at that.
Tim Penders, the drama queen. I have a better word for it somewhere in my head. Prima Donna Cam.
Baby, I thought you were resting.
I am. In fact, I feel like I'm almost asleep.
Alright.
Can I nuzzle?
Yes. Anyways, folks, before I get out of here, and also, before I get out of here, I just hope, it's my hope that freaking I can get Sonic Freedom Fighters out to the people. And even if I can't get it out in the way that I want, it's probably going to be out in fanfiction.net. Like the full scripts. And I'll even have little trailers for them too. But if I can't, I want to try and get someone, I want to commission somebody to basically do a comic of basically all my ideas. And for Sonic Forces and Mania, I think Mania is going to probably be excellent. I think Mania is going to be awesome, and I think Forces is going to be good. And even if it doesn't do well, at least the people who wanted a game like this will have it in their collection, and will be able to play it whenever the fuck we want.
Oh god, my cat's on my... That's...
Okay, we'll be able to play it whenever the fuck we want. And you know what else? We'll have people modding the game, so more life out of this game, which is good. Well, I think I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully sometime later in the week, or sometime later in 2 weeks, I'll probably have Sonic Mania, and we'll go at it like that. Because even though I'll be studying and probably taking a class, I don't think it's gonna really take too much of a toll in my schedule just yet. I don't think. If it does, it does. And you'll probably only get a few videos a day. So, I'll see you guys later. Bye, folks, and like usual, Chaotic Nation, stay chaotic. And also, peace, Chaos Nation. I love every last one of you. Soon I'll get my Discord up, and all of us can have a... Ansukamara wrote this. Have a splendiferous time. Wait a minute, who wrote this? Oh, I know who. Well, whenever the Discord starts, you all can chat with me and the others. And ask us questions, and very personal questions that we all don't want to answer. Like, if you're a Chaos Lord, what does that mean about, like, you guys being kind of descendants of fallen angels and whatnot? What does that really mean? And all the other stuff that we don't want to answer. And why the fuck is my blood black? All that good story stuff that you guys want to know. So yeah, we'll see you later. But yeah, the Discord isn't ready yet, but we are getting it up and running, and you guys are gonna just enjoy it, and we can talk about stuff, and I'll have little tabs for various games that I will be playing, like probably Team Fortress, some Splatoon stuff, and Fusion Fall stuff, both for Legacy and for Retro. Also, stay tuned for our next video. It's going to be about Fusion Fall and the fact that we need controller support, because I feel like that's important. If we're going to get Legacy, I want controller support for this game. I think that would work. See you guys later. I am Bugsy, and I'm signing off, and see you later, Chaos Nation. That's just a few things I wanted to say. See you guys later. Bye, folks.
You watching the Big 3 Bucks Network?
Yeah. Okay.
You watching the Big 3 Bucks Network?
Yeah.
Hey, check out the channel for Chaos Flow.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, check out the channel for Chaos Flow.
Yeah.